Where's this Instagram here? Instagram, go live. Okay, everyone, welcome to our Thursday night, Thriving Thursday Live. Thank you for joining us again tonight. And go ahead, you guys that have not hit the like yet. We see a lot of you guys are liking out there, but you notice comments. Go ahead and drop us a comment there. Let us know how we're doing. And also, we want you to subscribe. Subscribe to our YouTube if you join us on YouTube. Or if you're not, you may be joining us on one of the other platforms. Okay, so in Facebook, we want you to like. We want you to join us as a fan. Follow us. Follow us on all the social media. And in YouTube, we are building a community there. We want you to actually hit the notification bell anytime we go live. You'll be able to get be notified, and then you can join us. And of course, tonight we are thrilled to have for the third meeting here with Dr. Lynn. But before we get started, I know some of you guys may be new, and we want you to share this. Share this. First Home Alliance is a HUD-approved housing counseling agency. Not just a small agency. We're an organization with touching lives all over the country. We have 3 targeted areas. We target Northern Virginia. We target Maryland. Of course, DC, that's the DMV area, and also Chicago. We have branches there, and we have the reach. Of course, we're virtual, and so we can touch you no matter where you are. Whether you're working with first-time homebuyer, we have first-time homebuyer workshops coming up. So just in case, if we're out of time at the end, then I want you to go ahead, check out our website. You can also go to Virginia Housing, check out homebuyer education workshops. There's many workshops. Of course, there's many to choose from, but you want us to we want like for you to choose us to come out and work with us in person. So that's 6 hours this Saturday. We're going to be on Quantico. I'm sorry. This Saturday, we're going to be at the McCourt building. That's in Prince William County, McCourt building. We have quite a bit of people that are registered, but of course, we still have seats. I know it shows that it's going to be some challenge with the weather, but you know that front is being pushed back. I think things are looking better for Saturday. We don't know. I'm not a meteorologist, but they're looking better, and we're on schedule. We're planning to have that workshop there at the McCourt building. So go and register for the class. Look forward to seeing you come out on Saturday. And then next Thursday on the 29th, we're going to be on Quantico, serving our military community. Look forward to you being there. Of course, if you have access to get on the base, if you do not, please go early. The class is going to get started about 8:30. The pass and ID open about 6:30 in the morning. Go early, get your pass and ID, your pass to come on base and to join us there on Quantico. Look forward to seeing you there in person. Continue to follow us on our social media platforms for all the workshops and events that are coming up and the continuous training, outreach, and empowerment that we provide here on this channel. And of course, if those that if you're not in first-time home buyer, we do rental, we do emergency preparedness, and also for your homeowners that you don't have to wait until you miss a mortgage payment. If you are having a challenge just balancing your budget, of course, if you need help with managing the household finances, we're here for that. If you have challenges with your credit, we're here to help you with your credit, to help you rebound, so that you can be a good steward of your finances to qualify for whatever the financial challenge instrument that you're trying to achieve. We're here to help you do that. And of course, if you're having challenges with your mortgage, we provide foreclosure prevention. We have a loss mitigation services, and we're here to keep you in your home. And so we want to stabilize that housing situation. So reach out to us. Maybe it's not you. You may know someone that needs help with this, having those challenges. Look out for First Home Alliance. And recently, it seemed that we have quite a bit of inquiries that are coming in for reverse mortgage. This is not something that we hang our hat on home ownership and financial literacy. Okay, we hang our hat on that. But however, we are certified to provide a reverse mortgage counselor. We have one of the best in the industry, one of our counselors that specialize in reverse mortgages, and so we're here to provide that service. We actually have 4 cases in the pipeline, which normally we only have about 7 or 8 cases per year. But it seemed that there's a big inquiry out there for reverse mortgage. So we ask that you consider First Home Alliance one of those agencies that is required counseling to receive. So follow us on social media and reach out to us with firsthomealliance.org for all your needs with housing and financial literacy. Okay, we would like to go ahead and get started for tonight. Tonight, again, we have Dr. Lynn online. Of course, she's a doctor. She majored. She's an expert piano player. I haven't had the opportunity to be live with her with the piano. But if it's anything like what she is with financial wellness and with financial planning, I know it's great. And so we would like to go ahead and welcome Dr. Lynn back.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Larry, for having me back here. So, to save on time, I'm going to start sharing my screen now because we all know time is restrained. So let me click on share screen. And wait, do I want to share? Okay, share window. Here we go. Wait, no, not this one. Oh, I'm so sorry.
No problem.
How do I log out of this?
No problem. Just back out because I have.
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready.
So
No
share
problem.
window. Over here, I want to share this window. Okay. Can you see my my
Yes.
screen?
Building wealth blueprint.
Okay. And how about now?
Yes, we have
Still
it
seeing
now.
this?
We're waiting for the presentation mode.
Okay. Is it on presentation
No,
mode?
it's not on presenter mode yet.
Okay. Usually it would ask me if I want it to be. Okay. Let's do this one more time. It seems like we always run into some problem, but no problem. We don't panic. We pivot. We pivot. If I learned one thing about the company that I used to be with, is we don't panic.
No, not at all.
Not at all. Okay. So let me try one more time. All right. Can you see it in presenter?
No, not in presenter mode yet.
Okay. I actually don't know what to do now. Macro. Okay. Review. Slideshow. Okay. Presenter view. How about this?
Okay, that's your view, but I think it's going to best the presenter's view. Is there a presenter mode? I don't know. I can't. My eyes are not that well to see your screen.
Okay, obviously we are way too old for this. How about now?
No, not yet.
Okay.
But if of course, if you would like to go in that edit mode, we can continue in that mode if you like.
I mean, we could do that, but I don't want to, spill all the beans before it is. But
Yes.
we could definitely do something like that.
Yes.
How about now? No.
No, not yet.
Okay. Okay. What are we gonna do?
We just take our time.
We take a breath.
Take a breath. Take a breath.
Yes.
And
this is what I teach my students to do. Oh, did I share with you the news that I am actually going back to teach piano at the Mason Community Arts Academy?
No, you didn't mention that.
I did not. I am so sorry. Okay, yes. So I actually just started my residency this week. And very, very excited. And I'm already, accompanying a few students now to do their competition on Friday. So that's very exciting.
Yes. Okay. And so you're preparing them, and then they're going to go up, I guess, for judges, right? For placement. Is that?
Yeah. So I would be recording with them because apparently they allow the digital submission. So that's what we're doing right now. I have been training him behind like behind the scene, and we're going to shoot for the videos tomorrow. But can you see my screen yet?
It's still in the edit mode.
Is this really? Okay, we did not have this problem last time, but all right. Well, the show must go on. Let's just keep continue. Okay. So yeah, to follow you up with that introduction about myself, I have a PhD in piano performance from George Mason University, and I actually got my doctorate when I was 29, when I was in 2022. But then life happened, and then now I'm in finance, and with the picking up teaching right now, I'm blending finance and music all together. So that's a little bit background about me. Used to be a full-time concert pianist. So people, if you have not joined us on the previous in the previous meeting, you can always reach me at ltafinance at mymoneyumbrella.com. That is my business email, or you can just subscribe to my blog on my website at www.mymoneyumbrella.com, where I share all the free tips and tricks when it comes to finance and what you need to look out for, what you might want to consider when you're looking for financial advisors and stuff like that. So that's just something that I do in my own time because I love teaching. So today we are going to talk about building a wealth blueprint. Um, n- First and foremost, the agenda for today, we're going to talk a lot about how to invest correctly, so that you can prepare for your retirement, because apparently we have a lot of problems around here. These are the agenda for today. These are the bullet points we're going to talk about. Number one, we are going to talk about the three bucket rule for investment strategy, especially when you are closer to retirement, or you're one of those youngsters who think ahead and like to talk about retirement and like to envision how your life is going to be in retirement. Then we'll talk a little bit about retirement and withdrawals, um, and then the deadly mistake of overlooking risk management. This is actually the core of my practice, because a lot of people's investments and retirement savings eventually fail because they fail this one easy step to set up a foundation of risk management. And it's like I like to tell my clients, if you don't have a good foundation for risk management, saving and planning for the future would be a lot like two step forward, one step back. And today I'm going to talk about that a little bit. And then after that, we'll talk a little bit more about advanced risk management, the and save money strategy, so that you can start thinking about how to set up your risk management foundation a little bit better. And last but not least, we'll touch a little bit on military transition and the type of risk management vehicles that would really benefit you in the transition. So first and foremost, if you don't realize that we have a problem with retirement saving and the way that people are doing retirement or spending their retirement right now, um, you need to pay a little more attention to finance. That's just, I'm trying not to sugarcoat it, but I'm also trying not to be too rude. Um, but we have a wealth crisis in this country, especially for the retirement community, and especially for the next generation after baby boomer, because baby boomer, obviously they were taught all the tricks and tips, and they had great education when it comes to finance, with like also pension and a bunch of great plans. But generations after that, we don't have that anymore, because the government kind of eliminated almost all pension plans except for government, federal employees and military personnel nowadays. So this is the picture that we have to deal with these days. Most people, by the time that they reach age 60, I don't know about your situation, so maybe this is a little bit unbelievable for you, but most people, um, age 55 to 64, when you look into their retirement saving, the approximate amount is the average amount is around $500,000. Median is even worse, $185,000 for age 50, 55 to 64. Now, the average amount people have in their 401k in their 60s, um, are, oh, whoops, am I not? Okay, I'm just not going to. Can you see my screen now, Larry?
Yes, I can see it now.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm not going to even start the presenter mode anymore then. So okay, so this is the you could see the median, the average amount people have in their 401k in their 60s is approximately around half a million, a little bit more than that. And then the median for their 401k in their 60 is just $188,000. Now, Larry, you
Yes.
tell me, can you retire for 30 years with half a million dollars?
With 30 years left,
Mm-hmm.
or that will be a little difficult.
Right, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So by the time that you're 60, what can you tell me what would you like to see in your saving account by the time that you're 60 in order to have a good retirement?
What of course, because I do have some of those things in reference to other residuals that will continue.
Yeah.
But if I needed a base amount in the savings, what I would have to draw on, I would say at age 60, that's going to last me another 30 to 40 years. I would be comfortable with maybe 2 million. But
But
that's
yeah,
yes, that would be
that's right.
comfortable with that. Anything less than that, I would not be comfortable.
Absolutely. So as you can see here, with half a million dollars in their saving account, by the time that they're 60, I don't even know when they want to take their retirement, but I'm absolutely not going to stop working if I'm 60 years old and only have
Right.
half a million dollars in my bank account. Actually, this is some storytelling for you guys. I had a client who came to me for some term life insurance before and wanting protection for his family. And I did a little bit of research on the average amount that should be in a person's that should be in a single mom's retirement saving by the time that she retired at the age of 60, and they live, if I'm not wrong, in Florida, and it came out to be 1.2 million for a single woman living, like starting her retirement at 65. So that is just to prove that with half a million dollars in your retirement by the time that you're 60, you have a long way before you can actually retire with a peace of mind. So that is one of the problems that we're dealing with today. Let's talk a little bit about the retirement back in the day, right? So when we talk about retirement, there's this thing that I like to teach my clients. There are three-legged stool that you should not negotiate with. You need to cover your fixed expenses. So these are the non-negotiable, right? You need to pay mortgage if you're owning a house, or you need to pay rent, or like tax and property tax, or gas if you're driving, and electricity, utility, you name it, right? So those are fixed expenses, and you should have a very strong bucket to continue to pay you the fixed expenses, and that is through your social security benefit. Right, for you, Larry, I would assume that you have your pension from the military as well.
Yes.
Yes, and that is a hedge against longevity for you. So you're very, very set if you serve up to the point that gives you, lifetime pension. And then the third one, a lot of people don't know about this, or they don't trust this, but for people without pension, or if their pension happen to not cover all of their fixed expenses against, longevity and whatnot, I would also recommend looking into the world of annuities as well, because annuity is the like do it yourself version of pension. Now, the second thing that you need to do in this picture is safe growth. So as you retire, you are not going to be able to be risky as a 20-year-old anymore, right? Larry, would you like to deal with like day trading or stock market? To just go with risky stocks at this point.
No, not anymore. I'm over
Absolutely.
60.
Exactly. If you're over 60 or even
No.
just over 50, you kind of
Right.
have to slow down on the risk that you're willing to take, right? So safe
Correct.
growth, you can do investment. There are a lot of safe investment out there. Mutual fund. I love
Mhm.
advocating for like S&P 500 and stuff like that, because they rotate, right? And relatively, it is a very, very safe way to invest your money. and you also need low risk opportunity, and also at the same time, you if you still have the capacity to work, and by all means work, just
Yes.
like you, Larry.
Yes.
Right, you're working as a hobby right now, not because you need to, but because you just feel like, like you still have it to contribute to society, but you don't have to work.
Correct.
Right, so that is one of the safe growth strategies that I
Hmm.
like to talk about when it comes to retirement. Now the third one, this is legit, please pay attention to this. Long-term care is a very real risk in retirement. Larry, do you know how much it's how expensive it is to go into a nursing home around this area?
I can only imagine, but I'm quite sure it's probably more than the college tuition. So I'm afraid.
The last time that I checked, it's around 10,000 to 12,000 a month
No way.
for a person to have a single room. About 8,000 to 9,000 a month for a semi private room. That is a real risk. And if you, sure, you can have five houses and you can spend down your asset. That is actually one of the ways that people around here like to retire. But for me, if I actually have properties like that, I would like to preserve them for my children. So from my standpoint, I would rather go out there and, like, purchase maybe like a long-term care insurance or any long-term care products out there, so I can take care of myself when I'm older, and then my kid can also benefit from what I have saved all my life for. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So these are the three-legged stool that everybody should pay attention to when they retire, or if they're really, really close to retirement. Let's move on for now. Now, in retirement, a lot of you have investment, right? So we're talking retirement account like TSP. I would assume that you have one like that, Larry.
Yes.
Okay, so you have TSP. Other people outside of military and feds, they have 401k, 403b if they're nonprofit, or teachers, stuff like that. So these are the very basic things that everybody should pay attention to. Number one, traditionally, if you have a retirement account, the rule is only withdraw up to 4% every single year, so that you can, like, you can make it last. That's the
Hmm.
longevity risk, right? And then also, if you have multiple types of retirement account, let's say you have IRAs, traditional IRA, like the do it version, do it yourself version, or and you have a TSP, and then on top of that you have like a Roth IRA, or you have anything else outside of that, then you also have to pay attention to the order of withdrawals, like which account you should withdraw first. If you have a financial advisor who can advise you on that, that's great. But if you don't, come to me. I would love to assist you at any time. We're not going to go in deep into this water today for the sake of time, but let's move on. Now, the second risk outside of longevity in your retirement, this is called sequence of returns risk. Have you ever heard of this before, Larry?
No, I don't think I heard the sequence of return risk. Not stated that way.
This is what broke people's retirement. Larry, let's say you retire when you have about $2 million. Yeah, let's go with your number, $2 million in your portfolio by the time that you're 65, right? And you're like, okay, this year I am done with working. I just want to travel the world and I'm ready to start my withdrawal. Little did you know that year the market tanked 30%, like 2008 or the Great Depression, right? What is 30% of $2 million? Is that 60?
About
That like,
15.
yeah, okay, okay. So let me do this really quick. I love doing this. So 2 million. I have girl math. Excuse me.
Wait,
So
six.
I'm going.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's
60.
six
Yeah,
hundred
60.
thousand dollars.
Yes.
People, you lose $600,000 from your $2 million portfolio. Now you're left with 1.4. And
1.4.
let's say that year you have to withdraw money from that because you retire. You're not bringing in any income, and you need this income to live. Let's say you withdraw another 100,000 for your lifestyle, and like you and your spouse, or you and your entire family, like you need $100,000. Now you're down to 1.3. What happened if that happened 3 years in a row? Can you answer this question for me, Larry? How much do you think you're going to have after that entire period of 3 years lost in the market, and you still have to dig into the portfolio to live?
You're not going to have very much of the 1.3, and then you're talking about losing 30% per year of that.
Yep. This is a real risk. This is
Yes.
why we see older people, older folks working at Target or Walmart or Giant back in grocery because they did not know what this risk is. The fact that you don't know about this risk and you work in finance and you're helping people with like buying houses, it just proved to me that the financial education system in this country is absolutely broken. This is one of the first things that I was taught when I started in risk management. This is a real risk. And it breaks a lot of people's retirement plan because people don't know about this risk and they don't plan ahead. They don't have any backup plan when that things like that happen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yes.
when things like that happen, you literally you are doing a double damage on, like, you're damaging your retirement plan because number one, you're already losing money. Number two, you need to withdraw income. The next year when it bounce back, it's not going to bounce back as you wanted in comparison to if you have something else outside of that, a
Mhm.
non-correlated um, asset, so that you can use that instead of double damaging your investment. Make sense?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Now, the third thing that we need to pay attention when we have a retirement account, any basic retirement account out there, like traditional IRAs or employer sponsored plans, you need to pay attention to the required minimum distribution. It's funny. A lot of people don't know about this, but Uncle Sam does not wait forever to get his tax, right? So, number one, the requirement minimum distribution is determined by your account balance and age. I'm not going to go too deep into this. This is just basic. By the time that you are 73 years old, if you fail to take out the RMD, you are going to be slapped with a penalty of 25% of the amount that you are supposed to withdraw that year. And this is determined by, again, by the account balance and age. You don't have a saying in it. Basically, Uncle Sam says it's time to pay the due. So, where's my tax? I'm collecting it. And this is going to also be counted as your taxable income as well. So, people, please pay attention to the RMD. Know what it is and know what kind of amount that you need to withdraw, um, so that you can avoid penalty. Okay, moving on. Now, risk management, this is my favorite arena to play in. So, when we talk about retirement planning, there are a lot of things can happen when you retire. Number one is because you're vulnerable. You don't have the capacity to work the same way when you're 20 as when you're 20 or 30 anymore, right? You're in the you're in the decumulation phase. So a lot of risks are associated with that. Sequence of return risk, as I just talked about, down market risk, right? You're double damaging your investment if you have nothing outside of that. Number two, rising tax. Larry, do you think tax is gonna go up or go down?
I think they're going to go up.
Yep, that's right. Also, one thing that you guys don't know, but we are actually in a tax discount season right now. Well, actually, thanks to Trump. Well, I'm trying not to be political right now, but at least he did something right. We're actually in a tax discount. So if you are thinking about doing a Roth conversion and paying tax right now, now is the time to do it before you retire so that you don't have to deal with rising tax risk anymore. The third one, longevity risk. Who's there to guarantee that you're going to outlive what you save? Because the fact is that you can live people live way into their 90s or even 100 nowadays. Did you know that, like, social security benefit was designed when the what was it, life expectancy used to be
With
62 years old?
yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm glad that you know that. But yeah, Back then, literally, it was 62 years old,
Yes.
and they made the age for Social Security benefits 65 years old. So basically, Uncle Sam was saying, "Hey, if you happen to live longer than other people, here is a reward that we're going to guard you against poverty." But I mean,
Yes.
nowadays people live easily into their 90s, right? And that number has not changed.
Yes. So, how old do you think my oldest sister is? I just visited her just a few days ago in Baton Rouge.
Is she older or younger than you?
She's older than me.
Okay, let me see. 70.
Wow. If you told her that, she would probably give you a big hug. You know?
Really? Oh, I was actually expecting she's gonna slap you in the face, but okay.
No.
So how
No,
old is she
I mean,
actually?
yeah, I have two sisters that are well, I'm the youngest in the family, so all sisters that I have are older than me. But my
Okay.
oldest sister is 85. Yes.
85.
Yes. And
Oh
she
my,
is just as active as you would like for anyone to be at that age. Yeah.
wonderful.
And so, yes, and my her mother, which is my dad's first wife, I may be putting too much information out there. God bless her. So she just passed last year. She was 100. Yes,
See,
yes.
see, see. We need
So
great retirement planning because of this. People are living way too long for their budget these days.
yes,
My grandma is actually turning 98 this year.
yes.
She lives in Vietnam, which is a third world country, people, third world country. And the lady is 98 years old and still walk faster than most of her children.
Wow.
Yes. So, yeah,
Yes,
longevity risk is a real risk
yes.
for us nowadays to think about and to plan ahead. Okay, moving on, we have inflation risk. Averagely, we kind of have inflate, like we fall into like 2.5 to 3% inflation risk every single year. That's the problem, right? We keep printing out money, and at one point, it's not going to mean as much anymore. So inflation risk is a really real risk. Then we have healthcare and long-term care risk because come on, people, let's be honest. The older you get, the more destructive any fall or any minor health problem is going to be for you, right? So healthcare and long-term care is seriously a big risk for older folk as well,
Hmm.
especially when you start hitting like 80 years old or 85 years old. um Now, and then income disruption risk, because come on, we can't work forever, right? At one point we're gonna have to leave it there and just live off of our saving and maybe leave it to the next generation to make the money and to carry on the legacy, right? So these are all the risks that associate with with one's retirement. So
Correct.
let's move on. Because of all these risks, nowadays I like to when I talk to a client about building a framework for their retirement planning. Number one, every single dollar that you make after paying off, all the essential and all the non-negotiable should have a job. Your money should work for you. You should not have to work for your money forever. That's why people invest. That's why people save, right? So every single dollar that you make after paying off for your lifestyle and your non-negotiable should have a job to make you more money. They should multiply, not go into crazy stuff like a Lamborghini or something like that. That's just yeah, I don't advocate for cars like that unless you make like $5 million a year or something. We're not talking about that, right? So number one, please review your risk management portfolio because again, without a very strong foundation of risk management, investment or planting is just going to be two step forward, one step back, because we can never say I'm going to live my life without sickness, without accident, without job loss. It's not a thing anymore. Back in the day, maybe you dedicate 40 years of your life with a corporate or with the government, but it's not that common anymore these days. People lay off people all the time. Companies, like I have a bunch of clients who are just waiting to go back. And even if you work for the government shut down. You still, I know, right? Like Larry,
That's true.
please. right? I have a lot of clients who they reach out to me to work with me back in November, and then all of a sudden the government shut down. I don't remember, like October or something. Yeah, and then they have been delaying and delaying and delaying the meeting forever because the government shut down and they literally got reversed into survival mode. When you're in survival mode, it's hard to plan for your future. So please take care of your future and get your risk management um in intact before something like that happen. Even if you have what you might think is the most secured job out there with the government or with the military, blah blah blah, things can happen. So number one, risk management. What does that include? Rainy day emergency fund. Remember last time we talked about this a little bit? It should cover at least 3 to 6 months of your monthly expense. And if you are an entrepreneur, and you're a freelancer and you literally just, you count on that, you rely on that income, then please build it to at least 12 months because you can never know what happens tomorrow. Second, second, if you do not have income protection, please go ahead and have some. Or even if you have income protection with a corporate at 60%, people, please remember 60% of this when you are already sick. 60%, that is still taxable income. So at best, you get to take home about 45% of your monthly payment. When something like that happens, you cannot work anymore. They will pay you 60%, but about 15% of that is going to go to tax. That's taxable income. So you end up with 45%. If you have a family, if you have a spouse, you have kids, please make sure that your income protection is up to about 90% at least, because you can never know again if you could get sick and can no longer provide for your family. Now, life and health insurance. This is a non-negotiable, of course, right? Especially if you have a family. If you don't have any dependents, that's fine. But if you have a family and then you have on top of that, you stack up liability like a house. We're talking about getting houses, right? So if you have a family with like 3 kids and a spouse, why would you buy a house without planning the next step in case something like death or sudden sickness happen to you? Do you want your family to stay in that house or not? Those are the questions that you need to ask yourself before you purchase a house. Do you also have the capacity to keep your family stay in that house, or inherit that house after you purchase it, or is this just about you? Sorry if that come up a little bit, rough, but I like to plan. I like to plan the whole picture. And yeah, sometimes I run into clients who would say, "Oh, if something happened to me, if I die tomorrow, then my wife or my husband can just sell the house, and downgrade." Why? Don't you have a responsibility to make sure that even if you're no longer here, they will still get to keep their lifestyle? Those are my question. That's the biggest question that I actually have for those clients, to be honest. And especially if you are a single, if you're a single parent and you have minors, that's just non-negotiable. That's just downright just. I'm sorry to say this, but it's irresponsible to think about it that way. Now, moving on, let's try not to be depressing. But whenever I talk about risk management, I'm just like, oh my god, there's so many questions out there when it comes to risk. Now, investment are in my book are divided into three different time duration. So number one, short term investment. It include anything that could happen within the next 1 to 4 years, or even less than 1 year, right? So we're talking, if you're waiting to buy a house, you need to have a strategy to save that money correctly, right? Put it in a different bucket and do not touch it. And probably throw it in like a CD or something, guarantee growth, or an annuity, like a multi-year guarantee annuity or something. Just grow that bucket, and then you can execute within the next 1 to 4 years. Now, midterm, 4 to 10 years, we're talking about families with children. If you need to plan ahead their educational fund, or if you even have like a plan to purchase some kind of business, or the next house or the next house or the next house, this also deserve a good plan as well, because without a plan, nothing ever happened. I literally just had that talk with my mom this morning because, Larry, I actually am in the process of saving to buy a condo this year.
Okay.
And this morning I talked to my mom, and my mom was like, shouldn't you wait until the market tanks? Like, shouldn't you wait until the price go down? And I literally told her, and I quote myself, if you just wait until the market goes down to execute on your house purchasing plan, that's never going to happen, because life is going to be life. And
Right.
you keep sitting on this amount of money, right? Tomorrow, uh, your car break down. Oh, now you need a new car. So let's get a new car, right? Tomorrow there might be an accident somewhere, and if you, especially if you don't have a risk management portfolio or like a rainy day fund, you're gonna have to dig into that. So
Right.
eventually, life keep happening, and you're not going to be able to execute on that plan. So my rule that my yeah the rule of thumb in my book is, if you have the resources and you see something you like, the housing market goes up and down all the time, and we can refinance anytime,
Correct.
right? So
Yes.
yeah, I am going forward with my plan to purchase the condo. I don't care if the market just stay the same for the next 5 years, but I am getting my condo, and then after that, the interest is going to go down at one point, or the housing market is going to go down at one point, and by that
Correct.
time I would be, having some equity already that I can purchase the next house. That's how we scale. We don't
Yes, we like to
stop the
say,
plan.
you fall in love with the house, you got the house, but the mortgage, you date the rate. And so
Yeah,
you can always refinance, when the numbers work out. But if you can afford it, you can fall in with your
absolutely.
affordability now.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
That's pretty much my approach when it comes to real estate. Us Vietnamese people, we love real estate. We really do.
Oh, yeah.
Real estate and gold are
Yeah.
our number two.
Yes.
Our top two investment for
There's
Vietnamese
nothing wrong with
household.
that.
Yeah. Okay. Now the next one is long term. So when we talk about long term, is anything above 10 years, and it should be, the goal should be preparing for your retirement. So I covered that in the last um, seminar. But if anybody needs a deeper look into this, just come to me, reach out to me on email, and I would love to sit down with you one on one to maybe break things down for you and have a plan for you. Now, the third one, opportunity, right? So are we feeling a little entrepreneur? We can, this is going to be opportunity in business, right? You could save up to buy share in a company or something, especially we live in a very great area for businesses. And then also higher risk ventures. Not gonna go too deep into this because honestly, personally, I do not like to risk too much in the market or in investment. I have a daughter, and I'm also a risk management advisor, so that kind of limit myself to like, I'm quite risk averse when it comes to investment. I like to do things that do not volatile, like do not go up and down like a roller coaster every single day. But I like to invest money in real estate, because if you actually pay attention to the history, it does. The real estate market tend to correct itself. I don't know, maybe average 30 years. So real estate itself is a very, very safe type of investment in my book.
Yes.
All right, moving on. So, since we talk so much about risk management, and risk management is actually my number one topic, I like to talk to you guys a little bit about this one instrument that a lot of people um, perceive. Like a lot of people have such a bad perception of life insurance, or the world of life insurance. I don't know what's happening. Maybe is the lawsuits out there, when like when good things happen, nobody talk about it, but when something like a lawsuit happen, oh my god, our hell's broke loose, right? So in my book, the advanced risk management tool that I use in my practice is actually permanent cash or cash value life insurance. They are called cash value life insurance, because there is a, think about, okay, Larry, tell me what happened when you pay mortgage.
Well, in what happened when I pay mortgage?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it one is reducing my principal, a portion of that, and
Yes.
but it also, and also you're protected because you have insurance. And when I pay mortgage, oh, you
What
know,
happened to your payment? Okay, let me phrase that a little bit better. So when you pay mortgage, right, a part of that is gonna go into the principal, correct?
correct.
Right, equity, whatever. Now, what happened to the other part? It goes into
But
tax.
the part to go to taxes and insurance.
Yeah,
Yes.
insurance, right? Mortgage insurance, taxes,
And
and
in
everything.
some cases, individuals could have HOA and also
Yes.
condo
Oh my
fees.
God, yes.
Yes,
Condo
yes,
fee around here is
yes.
absolutely
It's,
destructive. Let me
it's
tell you that. But this same principle is applied when you put money or when you pay premium in a
hmm
cash value life insurance policy. It works exactly the same way. A part of that go into this cost of insurance and administrative fee, right?
okay.
So you kind of count that out, but then a part of that, the leftover, is going to go into what we call a cash value. It goes into a like a separate account where it
hmm
appreciate. Now, depending on the type of the life insurance that you have, um, it's going to grow a little bit differently, and I'll talk about that in the next slide. But as you can see here, not everybody is a good candidate for this type of asset, though. Number one, you need to be healthy and young enough for that to even be worth your money. The
hmm
younger you are and the healthier you are, the more the less money is that is gonna go into, think about like escrow, right? The less money is gonna go into the cost of insurance or whatever, and then the more money is gonna go into equity, building equity, or going into the potential to appreciate. That's how it works. But
Okay.
if you are older and if you don't have the best health, the cost of insurance is going to be higher. So you could pay the same exact amount as a 20-year-old, but you're not going to see as much growth as a 20-year-old's policy. So
Okay.
this is a catch, and not everybody can actually afford to do something like this. And my number one rule is I do not like to start this plan for anybody with who is like struggling to survive. So if you come to me with like a $200 or $500 surplus a month, I will not take you on as a good candidate for this advanced risk management tactic. Yeah. And also um, your budget should be around 30% of your disposable income. So like your play money, right? If you have a lot of play money, you can put up to about like 30% or 40% into risk, this type of risk management, if you can actually afford to do so. But again, it will require a full financial review. That's why I don't just sell insurance. I have to do a whole review before anybody would purchase something from me. Okay, now cash value life insurance 101. Again, I talk about this a lot on my website and my LinkedIn, so people, please subscribe to that. You would learn a lot from that, from my writing already. But a little bit about, these are my two favorite vehicles when it comes to risk management using life insurance: index universal life and participating whole life. Not gonna go too deep into this, but this is a comparison. So for index universal life, or IUL, it has a guaranteed floor of 0%. For participating whole life, it grow a little bit different. It is a guarantee growth, so maybe they will guarantee you 5% every single month. Doesn't matter if the market goes up or down, every single year you get 5% guarantee. Think about it like a CD, but for a long term and with a death benefit attached. Upside potential, money in an IUL grow depending on an index that you choose, and I like to choose S&P 500 again because that's one of the safest way to appreciate. Money in an IUL, however, grow with a cap. Right now, the highest cap that I know of is about 11.25%. So if the market perform anything less than that or up to that, then you get that amount credited in your balance. But if it goes 20%, you're not going to get 20%. You get up to the cap. And this is what I like to be transparent about. Do not treat this like an investment. Treat this like a buffer for down market because it's non-correlated to the market. right? Now, for participating whole life is a little bit slower but steady growth. It also have an option to pay you dividends, especially if it's a participating whole life. Go with mutual company like New York Life or Nationwide or the Northwestern Mutual, or the company that has been around for like 100 years. Go with those company. Do not go with any young company with like some kind of discount or something like that. Do not trust that. If it walks like a duck, it talk like a duck, it's probably, you know, a duck. It's too good to be true. Predictability index universal life is more suitable for people with who don't need to be too conservative, right? They can take a little bit more risk when it comes to growth, but then also participating whole life that is high, like whatever number that they promise you on your contract, that's how much you're gonna get. There's no flexibility there. It's not gonna go up. It's not gonna go down. Um, let's move on because I don't want to be too much into this. But again, come to me and talk to me if you need to explore more in the cash value life insurance world. All right. Now, for military transition, I'm gonna breeze through this really quickly. When you are active duty, life insurance is very, very affordable, right? When you become a veteran, however, your premium is going to increase for absolutely no reason. Every single 5 years, every 5 years, your premium is gonna be more expensive, and there's no change in coverage. So that's probably not a good option. This is why I recommend people to please look into private insurance before you even claim your disability with your military. Yeah, so that you can have, at least you can see something that is not expensive, and also, honestly with you, some disability actually prevent yourself from ever get private life insurance. So make sure before you claim your disability, look out or look outside and get your private insurance immediately. Okay. Not talking about so okay. In transition, we do have a lot of problems, right? Loss of income. You know, if you become like an entrepreneur or contractor, go talk to Larry. You could have a disruption in your income. So make sure that you are aware of your risk. And these are a few solutions that I have for people who are in the transition. Number one, if you have a TSP, you have an investment, but you no longer can absorb all the risk. Number one, think about having like setting up a fixed income. Even if you have pension, calculate your fixed expenses every single month for the next 30 years or something like that, and then if add on, make sure that you cover all the fixed expenses using multiple vehicles like annuities, or you can also do CDs, but I don't really like that because you have to like kind of renew it every time. Now, again, we are in a tax discount season thanks to Trump. So, another thing you can do right now, if you have a really big investment portfolio and you do not want to deal with rising tax when you retire, do a Roth conversion or a partial Roth conversion. I have a video of one of my clients who I gave this very same advice on my Instagram, and he said he went ahead and did a partial Roth conversion, and he pay off the tax for the entire year, and he free up about 4 months of cash. True story. Go on my Instagram. It's LTA Finance. You can find me, and you can find that reel that I did with one of my clients. Now, private insurance, please. This is risk management. If you have a family, this is a non-negotiable. So take care of your family for me, please. Life insurance before claiming disability, so that you get something that is affordable, and make sure that you are still insurable. And then number two, if you become an entrepreneur or a freelancer, get some income protection so you don't have to dig into your saving way too early if you lose your income at one point. And then after that, of course, maintain your investment strategy as much as you can for longevity, and it's a hedge against inflation as well, right? Just make sure that you park some money in there, even if just $50 a week, it would still help. But consistency, remember this, people, consistency beat timing the market every single time. Nobody can time the market, but you can be consistent with your saving. Sounds good. I think I won the race today. Yay! Take away now. Yes,
All right.
we have 1 minute left.
All
So,
right. Well,
yes,
did you say you won the relay? Is that what you said?
I won the race. I won the
Oh, you
race
won.
today.
I'll tell you.
The, I feel like every time that I give a presentation, I'm like, okay, raise, 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 raise. I have to make sure that I get to the end before Larry kicked me out.
Yeah. No. Well, Dr. Lynn, you did a super job, Jeff. Definitely a super job. And you said this was your ballpark, and you really hit the ball out of the park with the information. And that's something that I didn't highlight and encourage individuals in reference to claiming actually getting evaluated for life insurance prior to the disability, because that is something they were so in rush to get the disability, and there's a period of time, and so that is something we need to carry forward, because we're trying to get the financial literacy preparing individuals for transition now, before a year out if possible. But this is something that you really need to know, and I will make sure that we will add that in anytime we get a chance to give a presentation. And
So I
like I
have a
say,
question for you, Larry.
yes,
I have
pardon
a
me.
question for you. So for the last seminar that we are going to give next week, right now my plan is to talk a little bit more about entrepreneur and how to start a business after, like after the transition. However, because we just touched some point today that a lot of people don't know about, even you don't know about when it comes to risk management. So would you like me to pivot more to talk more about like what you need to do, what type of insurance might work best for you, what are the the benefit with like preparing ahead of time? Like, would you like me to touch up on that a little bit quickly?
I think so, because we are looking at individuals that are transitioning, whether they transition out of the military, that's a large segment, but also individuals that are going into, whether they're going into business entrepreneurship. There's a lot of people giving up on that corporate and looking at starting their own business and things of that sort, and they sort of like they have a protection just like military. Even some of those has been in corporate for a number of years. Now they're going into freelancing and things of that sort. They're not well protected, and so they need to understand how they need to prepare for that.
Yeah, I could definitely talk more about
Yes.
that. Again, risk management is my ballpark. I work in that. Like, if you give me the time, I will talk about this for 5 hours straight.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
I have done this before. 5 hours straight, I cannot shut up. But
Yes. Well,
yeah.
yes.
So if it's one of the things that people would like to hear more about, I would love to come on and talk about that, and I'll prepare it.
Super. Yes. We'd like to
Yeah.
pivot more on that. All right. Great. Great. And Dr. Lynn, go ahead and let everyone know how they can get more information and get in contact with you. They would like to at any time.
Yes, absolutely. So you can always subscribe to my blog at mymoneyumbrella.com. That is my website. You can also follow me on my LinkedIn. You can the name is a little bit different, but again, just look for LTA Finance, and you are going to see my website, my Facebook page, my Instagram, my LinkedIn, pretty much everything, and probably some YouTube video of me playing the piano in the past. So
All right. All right. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to being in person coming soon.
okay.
Okay. Well, everyone, thanks. Continue to follow us on social media. Make sure you like the content, of course, and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when we go live. Join us on Mondays for yoga, and also join us next Thursday for another edition of Thursday Thriving Thursday Live, and we'll be Dr. Lynn again next week. You guys have a safe week and stay warm.
Yes, stay safe with the snow out there. Enjoy your snow day.
All right. Have a good one. Thank you. Talk to you. Bye.